Hello and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date. Pardon me. I guess that biscuit from yesterday is still having some after effects. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. I don't know what's going on. It's like my body does not want to do the show. Anyway, the sources of this information comes from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History, historical calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, man, what is going on? For links to those sources, the music, and everything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Aozander, and I am going solo today, it looks like, because, I don't know. Sohan has vanished. He put in the research this morning, but he's not on the show, so whatever. Anyway, today is Tuesday, also known as Tuesday, May 24th, 2022. We are going to start to date in the year 1919, or in the year 919, which is 1,103 years ago, seeing the nobles of Franconia in Saxony elect Henry the Fowler at the imperial diet in Fritzlar as king of the East Frankish kingdom. Moving on up into 1218, the Fifth Crusade left Acre for Egypt. And then in 1276, Magnus Ladulus was crowned king of Sweden in Uppsala Cathedral. Or Uppsala Cathedral. Jumping on up into 1487, the 10-year-old Lambert Sinnel was crowned in Christ Church Cathedral, Dublin, Ireland, with the name of Edward VI in a bid to threaten King Henry VII's reign. Alright. 1567, Eric the XIV of Sweden and his guards murdered 5 incarcerated Swedish nobles. Well, that's not nice. Sounds like an execution to me. In 1595, Nomenclator of Leiden University Library appeared, which was the first printed catalog of an institutional library. Cool. That's really cool. Let's see here, in 1607, 105 English settlers under the leadership of Captain Christopher Newport established the colony called Jamestown at the mouth of the James River on the Virginia coast, which was the first permanent English colony in America. Alright, cool. 105. Let's see here, 1621, or 14 years later, if my math is correct, 7, 14, 21, right? Whatever. The Protestant Union was formally dissolved. And then 5 years later, in 1626, Peter Minute bought Manhattan. Ooh, wow. That's intriguing. 1667, the French Royal Army crossed the border into the Spanish Netherlands, starting the War of Devolution, opposing France to the Spanish Empire and the Triple Alliance. 1683, the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, England, opened the world's first university museum. Cool. 1738, John Wesley was converted, essentially launching the Methodist movement. This day is celebrated annually by Methodists as Aldersgates Day, and church service is generally held on the preceding Sunday. 60 years later, in 1798, the Irish Rebellion of 1798, led by the United Irishmen against British rule, began. Still fighting this, whatever this is. 1813, South American independence leader Simón Bolívar entered Mérida, leading the invasion of Venezuela, and is proclaimed El Libertador, or the Liberator. 1832, the First Kingdom of Greece was declared in the London Conference. And then in 1844, Samuel Morse sent the message, "What hath God wrought?" a biblical quotation, Numbers 23:23, from a committee room in the United States Capitol to his assistant, Alfred Vail, in Baltimore, Maryland, to inaugurate a commercial telegraph line between Baltimore and Washington, D.C. Yeah. In 1856, John Brown and his men killed 5 slavery supporters at Potawatomi Creek in Kansas. I see that Sohan has joined us. He is still deafened, unfortunately, so he cannot hear us. So I'm going to wait until that. There it is. All right. Welcome. Welcome. How you doing?
Okay.
We are in 1861.
Damn. 1861. American Civil War. Union troops occupy Alexandria, Virginia.
Dang, I didn't know there was an Alexandria in Virginia.
Yes, there's one in Louisiana and there's one in Virginia.
Huh.
And the one in Virginia smack dab in the middle?
It is?
I don't know. Because I think Louisiana is.
Well, I'm looking it up, but once again, my internet is being very laggy. I don't know why.
Damn.
Oh, there we go. Let's see here.
Okay.
Maps. Alexandria, Virginia. It's... no, it's... Well... Would that be... No, that's not smack dab in the middle. Wow. It's just south of Washington, D.C. Like, just south. Huh. Well, that's cool. Anyway.
Yeah, also 1873, Patrick Francis Healy becomes the first black president of a predominantly white university in the state in the United States. Wow, he becomes a headmaster, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Well, the president, so...
Pred.
That's really cool.
Yes, it is. 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City is open to traffic after 14 years of construction.
Dang. Can you imagine spending 14 years building something today? You know, like it would never be done. Like, you know, people would be like, "Oh my God, the budget and time constraints." Blah blah blah. You know, like that reminds me of a show I see every now and then. Like, you know, could we build it today? You know, like just the resource demands, the manpower demands, like, and with all of our laws and legislature and everything, like, you know, would we even be able to, not even physically, but legally build the Brooklyn Bridge in today's world, you know, or anything like that?
Could they construct Julius Caesar's bridge?
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Hey, you know how quick he did that shit.
Yeah,
just to tear it down.
Yeah. I gotta look more into that. That's an interesting story, that bridge. He used it to cross the Rhine, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's like, no one can cross the Rhine. Fuck it, we'll make a bridge. We made a bridge. Tear it down.
You have one more here.
Yeah. In 1900, the Second Boer War, the United Kingdom annexes the Orange Free State.
Dang.
Got nothing. It's free.
Well, I guess they were just free of citrus, but now they're not. You know.
Except for Chuck Norris's cars. They're gas free because they run on fear.
Yeah, he runs on fear. 15 years later, in 1914, during World War I, Italy declared war on Austria-Hungary, joining the conflict on the side of the Allies. Dang. 1930, Amy Johnson landed in Darwin, Northern Territory, becoming the first woman to fly solo from England to Australia, having left on May 5th for the 11,000-mile flight. Oh my God. And 5 years later, in 1935, the first night game in Major League Baseball history was played in Cincinnati, Ohio, when the Cincinnati Reds defeated the Philadelphia Phillies 2-1 at Crosley Field. Cool.
1940, Igor Sikorsky performs the first successful single-rotor helicopter flight. First man to be in a helicopter.
Single-rotor helicopter. Let me look that up here real quick. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's just a standard helicopter with like, I wonder if it had like the stabilizing thing in the back.
Yeah, you gotta have that. Double rotor, you know, it's the two.
Yeah. Let me see here if I can find a picture of this. Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. For stabilization. What else happened in 1940?
Also, in 1940, acting on the orders of the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin, NKVD agent Osip Gilugevich orchestrates an unsuccessful assassination attempt on exiled Russian revolutionary Leon Trotsky in Coyoacán, Mexico.
Dang. Didn't they eventually, like, kill him, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah. Pardon me.
1941, World War II, the Battle of the Atlantic, the German battleship Bismarck sinks the pride of the Royal Navy HMS Hood, killing all but 3 crewmen. God, they're lucky.
Are they, though? They had to live the rest of their lives, you know, knowing that they were only, like they're the only ones who survived the Hood. Like, when it comes to something like that, like, you know, we brought this up, you know, during a plane crash, you know, one of the plane crashes we reported where, like, there's only one survivor, like, would that really be lucky, you know, or is that a curse, you know, knowing that, you know, you're only one of a few or the only to live out of all of that? Like, why didn't I die, you know, one of those. Like, I don't know, man. Why don't you take another couple, just to balance things out a little bit?
Sure. Also, in 1944, Bose Berlin building burns down after being hit in an air raid during World War II.
Huh.
1948, Arab-Israeli war. Egypt captures the Israel kibbutzes of Yad Mordechai, but the 5-day effort gives Israeli forces time to prepare enough to stop the Egyptian advance a week later.
Yeah. And going back a little bit, NKVD, it stands for the People's Commissariat for Internal Affairs. So that was like the Internal Affairs Department or whatever. And a kibbutz, bringing us back into 1948 here, like the Israel kibbutz. A kibbutz is a communal settlement in Israel in which all wealth is held in common and profits are reinvested into the settlement. That sounds like communism. Like, the first kibbutz was founded in 1909. Currently, there are about 270, with a total population exceeding 120,000. Okay. Well, that sounds like majorly communism right there. Anyway, I'm going to take us up into 1956, in which the first Eurovision Song Contest was held in Lugano, Switzerland. And then 2 years later, in 1958, the United Press International was formed through a merger of the United Press and the International News Service. Okay. And then 1960, following the 1960 Val d'Ivoire earthquake, the largest ever recorded earthquake, Cordon Caule began to erupt. I assume that's a volcano.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
1961?
1961. American civil rights movement freedom riders are arrested in Jacksonville, Mississippi for disturbing the peace after sparking from their bus.
Wow. That reminds me... I'm sorry to interrupt, but that reminds me a lot of what happened in Canada for disturbing the peace. Oh, no honking after 7 p.m. Like, how history repeats itself to squish people's rights, am I right?
Okay, yeah. 1962, Project Mercury, American astronaut Scott Carpenter orbits the Earth 3 times in the Aurora 7 space capsule.
Okay.
1967, Belle de Jour, directed by Louis Burnell, is released.
Belle de Jour. I wonder if that's a movie. I mean, I'd assume so.
Well, yeah, it's a movie or a music video.
Music video in 1967?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Belle de Jour. It is a drama/romance film that's an hour and 41 minutes long. Interesting. Yeah, it made $20.2 million at the box office. Anyway, Going from 1967 to 1976, just flipping those numbers right there. The Judgment of Paris took place in France, launching California as, a worldwide force in the production of quality wine. Wait, what? The Judgment of Paris took place in France, launching California as a worldwide place in the production of quality wine. Okay, that has to come out of Temecula, I guess. That's intriguing. 1981, Ecuadorian President Jaime Roldos Aguilera, his wife, and his presidential committee died in an aircraft accident while traveling from Quito to Zapotelo, minutes after the president gave a famous speech regarding the 24 de Mayo anniversary of the Battle of Pichinigueria. Pichinisha. I can't pronounce that. Your turn, sir.
Yeah. 1982, liberation of Karamashara. Indians captured the port city of Karamashara from the Iraqis during the Iran-Iraq War. 1988, Section 28 of the United Kingdom Local Government Act 1988, controversial amendment stating that a local authority cannot intentionally promote homosexuality is enacted. Promoted?
They cannot intentionally, so knowingly. So
it's like, oh, hey everybody, come see this guy suck a guy's dick. They can't do that.
No, but they can't. As long as you can accurately feign ignorance, I guess you can get away with it. So,
hey, stare your eyes away from these guys sucking each other's dicks.
Damn.
That is disgusting. Keep on at it, and you're going to hell. $10.
$10.
A tenner, and you can see the black.
Anyway, moving on up into 1991, Israel conducted Operation Solomon, evacuating Ethiopian Jews to Israel. Alright. Then 1 year later, in 1992, the ethnic cleansing in Kozarok, Bosnia, and Herzegovina began when Serbian militia and police forces entered the town.
Don't even sound remotely good.
No, it doesn't. Also, on that same year, same time, in 1992, the last Thai dictator, General Sushinada Karaparayuna, resigned following pro-democracy protests.
Damn.
What happened 1 year after that?
1993, Eritrea gains independence from Ethiopia.
Nice.
1993, Roman Catholic Cardinal Juan Jesus Podeas Ocampo and 5 others are assassinated in a shootout in Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, Guadalajara International Airport in Mexico.
Wow.
God damn.
Wow, a shootout at an airport. That's some movie stuff right there.
1994, 4 men are convicted of bombing the World Trade Center in New York in 1993. Each one is sentenced to 240 years in prison.
Dang. And that reminds me, when it comes to being sentenced to life in prison, there's an article out there about someone who apparently had died, and then they resuscitated him, and then he went to court arguing he served his life. He died, and he got resuscitated, so would he have served his life in prison?
Die if you flatline, yeah.
I'd argue yes,
Imagine having 2 life sentences. No, you have 2 life sentences.
Yeah. You have to die and come back again, Anyway, moving on up into 1995, while attempting to return to Leeds Bradford Airport in the United Kingdom, Night Air Flight 816 crashed in Harewood, North Yorkshire, killing all 12 people on board. That sucks. Pardon me. In 1999, the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia in The Hague, Netherlands, indicted Slobodan Milosevic and 4 others of war crimes and crimes against humanity committed in Kosovo. I remember reading about
Slobodan Milosevic.
Yeah, that guy. Why is that name so familiar? I'm pretty sure we've mentioned that a couple times.
I think so. Well, 2000, Israeli troops withdraw from southern Lebanon after 22 years of occupation.
Wow! Who the hell does Israel think they are? Us? Occupying other nations. You know, come on. That's our job.
2002, Russia and the United States signed the Moscow Treaty.
Moscow Treaty. Let me look at what that treaty was. Let's see here. Moscow Treaty 2002.
Why you do that? In 2004, a 6.4 magnitude occurs in the Aegean Sea between Greece and Turkey, injuring 324 people. That's big for an earthquake.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. The Moscow Treaty has something to do with the Strategic Offensive Reductions Treaty, or SORT. So, and that has to do with nuclear weapons, I assume. Let's see here. In 2014, as well, at least 3 people were killed in a shooting at Brussels Jewish Museum of Belgium. Who goes to a museum and shoots a place up? Come on. You know?
Hitler.
Well,
some people.
Yeah.
The ignorant.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't here to learn, I'm here to kill. Bang, bang. Oh my god.
Dang. Well, I'm planning on going and visiting the Reagan Museum here soon. So.
Man, visit the gun museum. When a gunman comes, you can shoot back.
Ha! I'm not sure those guns are functional. Anyway, in 2019, 22 students died in a fire in Surat, India. Well, that sucks. And then also in 2019, under pressure over the handling of Brexit, British Prime Minister Theresa May announced her resignation as leader of the Conservative Party, effective as of June 7th. Alright, well, they eventually did Brexit anyway. Every time somebody says Brexit, I think of breakfast for some reason. It's just like, oh, you ever heard about Brexit? I'm like, I love bagels. What? What?
Like, what is this, a different type of breakfast? A different type of event for breakfast?
Wait, no. Brexit is the breakfast you have with beans. Because, you know, you always have beans with British breakfast for some reason. I don't know. I can't make fun of them too much, though. I used to have baked beans during Christmas dinner, though, so... I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
They always have beans with this shit.
Yeah. Anyway, before we move into births and deaths, any articles grab your attention?
Many.
Yeah. Like anything that, you know, like, wowed you, you know, like...
Brexit. It's one.
Yeah.
The people being convicted of 240 years in prison.
That's incredible, yeah. What do you have to do to
The Brooklyn
get
Bridge.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Bridge being done. 14 years of construction. Like, that's incredible. Like... Anyway, let's move on into bursts here. Why don't you start us off? Or actually, why don't we switch it up a bit? I'll start us off here. 15 BC, we have Germanicus, who was a Roman general, dying in the year 19. So that made him, 34 years old? Okay, so that's pretty good. Doing a hell of a time jump here, going up into 1494, we have Pontormo, was an Italian painter, dying in 1557. And then in the year 1616, John Maitland, 1st Duke of Lauderdale, was a Scottish politician who was a Secretary of State, Scotland, dying in 1682.
Damn. And in 1686, Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit, Polish German physician and engineer who developed the Fahrenheit scale.
Yep.
1918, Queen Victoria, Queen of the United Kingdom.
I think you got
1861.
the letters mixed up. It was 1819.
1819, Queen Victoria, Queen of the United Kingdom. Yeah. 1861, Gerald Strickland, 1st Baron Strickland, Maltese lawyer and politician who was the fourth Prime Minister of Malta. Not in relations with Buck Strickland.
Buck Strickland. 1879, H.B. Reese, American candy maker who created Reese's peanut butter cups. Yep. Dying in 1956. Didn't we talk about him just a few days ago? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Chocolate on my peanut butter.
Huh.
You got peanut butter in my chocolate.
And then Reese comes up and shoots both of them and takes the formula.
Yes.
Isn't that what happened in the Family Guy skit or something like that? And that reminds me, I was just looking up his death. He died on the 16th and he was born on the 24th. So 8 days. He died 8 days before his birthday. That must have been a shitty, remembrance right there. Anyway, gonna take us up to 1895, in which Samuel Irving Newhouse Sr. was born. He was an American publisher who founded Advanced Publications, dying in 1979. 1938, Tommy Chong of Cheech and Chong, Canadian-U.S. actor, director, producer, screenwriter, and stoner. And I have something in here. I'll take a toke in honor of him. Happy birthday, Mr. Chong. 1941, Bob Dylan. How come I get all the stoner ones? This is cool. U.S. singer, songwriter, guitarist, artist, writer, and producer. That's a pretty good resume right there.
Okay, 1945, Priscilla Presley, U.S. actress and businesswoman, that is the ex-wife of Elvis.
Yes.
Also, 1947, Albert Burkhart, U.S. singer, songwriter, guitarist, and drummer.
Cool.
And 1947, Mike De Leon, Filipino director, producer, screenwriter, and cinematographer.
1947 as well saw Mike Reid getting born. He is a U.S. singer, songwriter, pianist, and U.S. football player, or hand egg, whatever you want to call it. And by the way, a little bit of trivia: it's called football because the ball is a foot long. Also, 1947 as well. Wow, 3. We have Waddy Wachtel, is a U.S. guitarist, singer, songwriter, and record producer. And then 1956, R.B. Bernstein, U.S. constitutional historian. His full name is Richard B. Bernstein. I guess we're not going to figure out what his middle name was without some digging, which I'm not going to do. So we'll just call him Richard B. Bernstein. Mr. Snowhead.
Yeah.
Who was born today in 1956?
1956, Michael Jackson, Irish Archbishop.
Wow, I didn't know he got into religion.
Yeah.
Wrong, Michael Jackson.
So he could hee.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I just realized. Oh god, he fits in there way too well. That's not good.
1962, Hector Camacho, Puerto Rican U.S. boxer. No, yeah, they had someone named Camacho, but I don't think that's the same person.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And 1965, John C. Reilly, U.S. actor. Yes, he played Dr. Steve Brule.
Okay, that's why he looks so familiar. Alright.
For your health.
For your health. You have one more, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
1967, no. Heavy D, U.S. Jamaican actor, producer.
And
U.S. rapper and actor.
Yep. His actual name is Dwight Arrington Myers. That's interesting. aka Heavy D. Alright. 1974, Magnus Mansky was born on this date. He is a German biochemist and computer programmer who developed MediaWiki. 1977, Jeet Ganguly is an Indian score composer, music director, and singer. That's an interesting name, Jeet. Kind of sounds like something else that rhymes with it. Starts with an S. 1986, Mark Ballas, U.S. singer, songwriter, guitarist, dancer, and actor. And if it's alright, I'll finish this up. We only have one more here in bursts. 1989, okay. G-Eazy, U.S. rapper, and actually he's pretty good. I remember when he was posting his stuff on NCS, Non-Copyright Sounds. His actual name is Gerald Earl Gillum. Gilliam? Gillum. Moving on in the deaths. Why don't you start us off?
Yeah, 688, Sergei, Bishop of Armagh. And 1089, Lafram, Archbishop of Canterbury. 1136, Hughes the Payne's first Grand Master of the Knights Templar.
Dang. 1153, David the First of Scotland. That's about it. He was born in 1083. 1351, Abu al-Hassan Ali ibn Othman was a Moroccan sultan, having been born in 1297. And then doing a couple hundred years of a time jump here, going up into 1612, Robert Cecil, 1st Earl of Salisbury, Salisbury steak, died on this date. He was an English politician who was a Lord High Treasurer, having been born in 1563.
Damn.
Who died to date in 1665?
1665, Mary of Jesus of Ardea. Spanish, Francian, Abyssian, and Mystic. Wow, what the fuck?
Abyss and Mystic, yeah. Interesting.
1792, George Rodney, first Baron Rodney, English admiral and politician who was the 16th governor of Newfoundland. 1949, Alexei Shuskev, Russian architect who designed Lenin's mausoleum and Moscow's Kansaraka railway station.
For some reason, on the search, it says Moscow Kazansky Railroad Station, so I think it's the name has changed or something, or maybe the source. I don't know.
Probably did.
Yeah. That's, of course, I'm looking them both up. And Lenin's mausoleum is really interesting. I mean, it looks like something thrown together. But, yeah. Anyway, 1950. Oh, I guess I didn't finish it up. Or did I? Well, I guess I didn't. Oh well. 1950, Archibald Wavell, first Earl Wavell. Did I finish it up? I swear I did. TDH scripts. Why is everything so...
Yeah, it's still got some left. I see it. I see them.
Okay, so, wow. Well, on my script it's gone, so I don't know what happened. There we go.
I see it.
Okay, so deaths...
Want me to do it?
I got it. I just gotta post them back into here. So, 1950, Archibald Wavell, 1st Earl Wavell, English Field Marshal and politician who is the 43rd Governor General of India, having been born in 1883. Then, 1984, Vince McMahon Sr. was a U.S. wrestling promoter and businessman who founded World Wrestling Federation, which was turned into World Wrestling Entertainment, because stupid environmentalists are a bunch of butthurt sissy nannies. Anyway, he was born in 1914, and why don't you take the last three deaths here?
Yes, 2004, Edward Wagenert, U.S. critic and educator. 2014 story made Daryl Levine, also known as the Rosa Parks of the lesbian community. Okay, so let me guess. She refused to change for a gay white man.
Yeah, I know. You know, like that kind of sickens me that they would use someone as prestigious as Rosa Parks to uphold their own, interest and everything. It's like, dude, can't you make your own? Why do you have to latch on to somebody else's fame? But, whatever.
2018, Goodwin Barrett, daughter of Marguerite and Heinrich Himmler.
Yeah. Wow. So we both lived in a world where their daughter was alive. I didn't even know they had a daughter. Anyway, that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar in the description for any links that you may be interested in, which also includes
Stolen TV on Twitch
and everything Omni Coalition. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day between 12 noon and 3 p.m. Pacific.
2 to 5 Central.
For all of you and all of us, I am Alexander.
I am me.
And you are you, and until you see us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.